I see that place that I am in that goal as a new place to stand to see what other goals were not visible to me from before I achieved that plateau. It is a continual ascent, not some peak of a mountain and then every direction you look is down. You realize in science, people ask me, what questions do you want solved in the next 10 years? And I give them an answer that many think is just a cop-out, but it's really, really true for me. You know what question I want answered? It's the one I don't even yet know to ask. Because it'll be a question that arises, will come into view only after we have made discoveries that left that question available to even notice. And in that sense, you're not ever at the pinnacle of anything. Therefore, you cannot fail at that. I think we have to have one more question.
She's holding two hands up. So.
Okay, let's take two questions, but answer in half the time. Back row in the vestibule. Yes, go.
Me? Is that you?
Yes.
No. Thanks.
Okay.
I know you.
Okay.
No, I have a real question for you.
Oh, God. Okay, go ahead.
Here.
Go. And we gotta do it in half the time,
Yes,
each question.
it's very
Go.
Okay, so you said your story about how you help your parents all the time.
Yes.
Very impressive. So I want to know from both of you. All of us complain all the time about kids right now. How they're not really trying to learn from people before them. They don't really appreciate doing hard work. Everybody wants to be the head of a company. There's a whole process missing. If our goal is raising future adults, how important do you think that process was in you actually achieving? And what can we do to really bring this kind of philosophy and practice back to help our next generation who's not appreciative of being in the bell curve and having all these apprenticeships?
There is no generation of adults in the history of the human species that didn't complain about the children of their era. And somehow we're all still here. In fact, by all measures, today, it's the adults who have messed up the world. So I can't claim that we live in some special times where the kids are uniquely ignoring the authority of adults. I can't agree with that.
I borderline agree with you.
No,
Another one, quick.
What? I already praised my...
Okay, right here with the Yankee shirt, go. This has to be the last question of the evening. Plus, Questlove has this new book, which I've been reading this weekend, and it's got fun stories in it, and a lot of first-person narrative of people he's known and where inspiration comes from. It's all about creativity, and congratulations on that. I appreciate it, yeah. We'll be signing the book afterwards, so if you have other questions to ask him afterwards, you can hit it. Go, sir.
I won't, but thank you. I have another gig later.
Oh, okay. He will not be signing books later. You will not get to ask him a question. This is your last chance right now. Go.
Why continue to search the ends of the universe if we know we'll never even reach them in one human lifetime? Why not search for things here, put that work in more on-earth type of science, you know?
You just turned 2 shades of maroon right now.
Okay. Do you realize how, okay, let me transpose your question to another era. Okay? You're sitting in a cave, and you stand up and say, why are you exploring that mountain in the valley out there? We have cave problems we need to solve right here. Let's solve the cave problems first before we go out and explore the rivers, mountains, and valleys. To an astrophysicist, that's what you sound like. Because you're saying, here we are on this speck called Earth. You say, let's solve these problems first before we take in most of what the universe is. Now, if we were devoting half of the federal budget to exploring the universe, you could argue, let's put a little more in for cancer research. NASA's budget on your tax dollar is 0.4%. If you took a dollar and cut off 0.4% of it, it doesn't even get into the ink of the dollar. The fact that you even feel like this exercise of researching the universe is somehow subtracting from the solutions of problems on Earth is evidence that what NASA does is hugely visible for the amount of money they're getting. I want to start a movement where all government agencies got the money people thought they were getting. If that were the case, NASA would be 20% of the federal budget. Now, that's my first pass at that answer, but my next one will be quicker, okay? My physics professor in college studied molecules and nuclei, atomic nuclei in space. That gave him an idea. Talk about creativity. There are radio waves in space that are influenced by what atoms they pass through. This is a new phenomenon of physics called nuclear magnetic resonance. He got the Nobel Prize for this. That principle got noticed by engineers, medical engineers. They say if radio waves, if electromagnetic energy can be influenced by the nucleus of an atom, maybe we can make images of the atomic nuclei in your body, distinguishing one atom from another. And therein was the foundation of the magnetic resonance imager, arguably the most potent machine in the arsenal of the medical profession. By the way, that really should be called nuclear magnetic resonance, but that's the other N word you're not supposed to use. Just saying. You wouldn't walk in a machine that said nuclear, so they took the word off, but it is so nuclear. You can't. The point is, you don't know where the next innovation is going to come from. If there's a frontier of knowledge, any direction you look, it should be explored. The history of that exercise has paid huge dividends on civilization and who and what we are living in this modern world. So, and it could be every direction. It could be, and one other example, just a quick example. If I gave you $1 billion budget, I say, invent a better oven than what we have now. You say, okay, I'll have circulate the air. You'd invent a convection oven. I'll put in thermometer probes so you don't have to check it. No, if you're a thermodynamics expert, you will invent all kinds of ovens, but you know something? You will never invent a microwave oven. That came from another place. Another brain trust of researchers in this world. That's why futurists, they get the first 5 years correct, the rest is hopelessly wrong. Because they can't see things coming in from all different directions. And the universe is a source of different directions. So, I compel you, I implore you, to never ask that question.